Today we are going to be talking about pronouns. On this first slide you can see some clever little cartoons that just kind of speak to the confusion maybe and also the use of pronouns. He loves me not. Using he instead of the name, and then of course the hilarious I hate you from the flower. The child says possessive pronouns, iPod, your pod, their pod. So grammarians like to use our little grammar humor occasionally. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word used instead of a noun or another pronoun. Shalitha went for a jog. She went for a jog. In the second sentence, we use she as a pronoun to replace the noun Shalitha. They're one and the same. They're the same person, but instead of just repeating Shalitha over and over and over again in a paragraph, we use pronouns to replace that noun. Let's go through a series of rules about pronouns. The first rule is that we use a subject pronoun when it is the subject of a sentence or a clause. So in this sentence, blank signed up for a marathon, we could use any of these subject pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. They all can work as the subject of the sentence signed up for a marathon. Our second rule deals with object pronouns. When the pronoun takes the place of a noun in the object position, we use an object pronoun. A common mistake that students make is the use of I instead of me. So Janice invited Jamal and I to the party is incorrect. We need to replace that object with me. Janice invited Jamal and me, or Becky, or Heather, or whoever our subject is in this sentence, this noun, we replace it with me. Singular would be me, you, him, her, or it, and plural would be us, you, and them. So the party surprised blank. The object, pronoun, position, we would either use our singular or our plural options. Here's a couple more examples. Jasmine's cat, Cutie, likes to play with her when she gets home from work. Think about not using pronouns in this case. Jasmine's cat, Cutie, likes to play with Jasmine when Jasmine gets home from work. We try to avoid repeating the same word over and over again in one sentence, and so that's why pronouns are so great. Our third rule is use the object pronoun when it is the object of a preposition. So we have great long lists of prepositions. In this example, we're using the preposition for. The party was for. We could put a noun there, or we could substitute a noun for one of our many object pronouns. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. The party was for them. The party was for me, and so on. Rule 4, possessive pronouns. A possessive pronoun takes the place of a noun and tells who the noun belongs to. So we show that possession. So in the sentence here, the Sunday is, now we need to use a possessive pronoun. If it's one person, we would use one of the singular pronouns. My, mine, your, yours, his, her, or hers. And if it's a plural, like two people's Sunday, so Billy and Charlie's, the Sunday is ours, the Sunday is theirs. Remember that we don't use apostrophes with possessive pronouns. The apostrophe shows possession, like Becky's Sunday, we would have that apostrophe. But the fact that these are possessive pronouns means we don't even have to have an apostrophe. They are showing possession just in the fact that they are possessive pronouns. Rule 5. A possessive pronoun adjective tells us who something belongs to, but here's the kicker, it must be immediately followed by the noun that it describes. So that is blank cake. So the possessive adjective pronoun, my cake, your cake, our cake, that needs to be immediately followed by whatever the noun is that they're showing possession of. Now let's take a look at Rule 6, which is the antecedent rule. The antecedent is the noun that the pronoun has taken the place of. So if you look at the example, Juana told Jose that she was tired of his attitude. She is referring back to Juana. His refers back to Jose. Juana and Jose are antecedents for she and his. So it's a big word with a very simple meaning. Let's do a little practice. A student can receive feedback on his or her or their papers in the online writing lab. Well, we have to look at our sentence. And here we have the singular student. So we must select the singular pronoun his or her so that we have pronoun antecedent agreement. If we selected their, that's a plural pronoun. That's a singular noun. Therefore, we would not have pronoun antecedent agreement. When people train for a marathon, they should not run every day. Now we look at our subject here, people, that's our antecedent, and so we have to select, is it you or they that is the pronoun? Well, obviously here we have a plural antecedent in people, so it needs to agree with the plural pronoun they. We do have some tricky antecedents. These are called indefinite pronouns. They always confuse everybody. They sound plural, but they're actually singular. Everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, anyone, and anybody. These are actually considered indefinite pronouns, and they are singular. They're singular because they refer to every single one person in the room. So they're still referring to the person as an individual within a collective group, and so therefore they actually are singular. So if you notice the last part of each of these words, that will help clue you into the fact that they are singular. One, body, body, one, body, one. Okay? Now we also have collective nouns, family, class, government, team, group, couple, crowd, faculty, staff, public. When a collective noun refers to a single unit, it is still singular and neutral. So the class is large. It consists of 29 students. The class is a singular group. It's a group, and it's referred to as just one unit, the class. When a collective noun refers to a collection of individuals, it's plural. The class presented their projects today. Each member of the class presented his. So when you refer to them as individuals, then it becomes plural. When you're referring to it as a group, it's a single unit. It's very confusing, and that's why we refer to them as tricky. Hopefully, this short presentation helps you to better understand pronouns. For additional practice, please visit the chapter in your ebook.